Hi Taurus, welcome to your reading for June 2024. Thank you as always for supporting the channel. So just to let you know, there's a new moon in Gemini on Thursday the 6th of June in the afternoon. The Moonology deck is the deck I'm going to be using to start off today's reading. So let's see what comes up for you. So this is intended to be kind of like a mini reading, but you'll likely get another reading around mid-June as well to check in. So what does Taurus, Sun, Moon or Rising need to know for June 2024, please? So you have bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. Right. So let's see what comes up for the tarot cards for you. And I know that is blurred. I can see it and it frustrates me, but yeah. What does Taurus, Sun, Moon or Rising need to know for June 2024, please? And interestingly, I've just shuffled, and who do you have on the bottom of the deck but the King of Cups and the Empress? And they're all about love, aren't they? Or that's some of the themes with them. But let's see. So compassion may be key here for you, whether it's that you need to be more compassionate, someone needs to be more compassionate towards you, maybe both. Let's see what comes up for you. So you've got the Page of Pentacles. What else do we need to know for Taurus? The word token is coming to mind with that Page of Pentacles. And I wasn't going to say it just yet, but I'll say it. You know, like if you've had a disagreement with someone, whether it's a family member, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, grandparent, sister, brother, whatever, it's like where you, it's like trying to start over, you know, get things back on track, but it's starting over though. So like a peace offering with I think the word token here, it's kind of like a peace offering in a weird way, or a gesture, a small gesture to sort of say, that someone's, to sort of apologize or show compassion or show that someone still wants to make something work. But let's see what else comes up actually. Let's see what else comes up here. We've got the Page of Swords and we have the Emperor. So this should be interesting. I'm getting the word mediator and it almost feels wrong, but when the Emperor came up, I got mediator. So I don't know if there's something going on between siblings, whether you are a sibling, or you have siblings who have been at war, or you're a parent and you've got kids who are at war, but there's something about the word mediator came out with the Emperor. So I don't know if the Emperor's someone, whether it's you or someone else, having to mediate between like the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Swords type energies. There is a need, it feels here, to kind of be open-minded and listen and pay attention. So again, if you've had some sort of disagreement with someone, it's sort of been open to discussing and finding out what's going on behind the scenes, and to get clear, to illuminate, you know, with the sun you illuminate what the issues are, or what the heart of the issue is. Let's get some clarifiers in on this. That mediator thing is standing out strong. I don't know why. I don't think I've ever in my life got mediator with the Emperor, but for some reason it's like almost shouting mediator at me. Let's look at the Page of Pentacles. It could be a call for maturity as well. If there's been a disagreement and people have been behaving kind of immaturely, and that's not an accusation because we all do it. I'm sure I definitely behave immaturely on a daily basis, usually with my child, but in other situations, well, I can be immature. We all can at times, can't we? Let's look at the Page of Pentacles. But yeah, as I was going to say, mediator and possibly a call for maturity with the Emperor as well. So I've got the Nine of Swords. Page of Swords is back again. See, when I get that Nine of Swords and Page of Swords together, for me, it's almost like, you know, when you have a I feel like I've said this about 50 times now. You know, when you have a disagreement, but it's like when you haven't even got the full picture, like you don't even fully know what's going on, or you haven't got the full information, but somehow you end up having a disagreement. So it's like a falling out, and you couldn't even pinpoint 100% what the issue is, or there's just bits of information that are missing, like you haven't got the full story. Let's get a couple more for that Page of Pentacles. So we've got the Devil and we have the Four of Swords. I don't know why I almost get with that Devil and the Four of Swords, almost like somebody kind of being blinded to the truth, or blinded to something and not seeing it clearly. There could also be something here with that Devil, with interference, like interference in, say if it was a relationship and there's, you know, when people shit stir, basically, I'll put it that way, like if someone shit stirred, that's coming to mind with that Devil. And also with that Four of Swords there, I said something about being blinded to the truth or not seeing the full picture as well. It's almost like trying to bypass something where, I've already said it, haven't I, where it's like you've had a disagreement, but you don't even necessarily know the full information, or you haven't had a chance to give your side of the story or whatever. But it almost feels like there's one person here, whether it is you or someone else, where, you know, when people try to block it out, like they don't even want to hear the full story, like they've made their mind up already and they're like, nope, that person's in the wrong, don't want to hear it, end of story. That kind of vibe. And that would be, I mean, obviously it depends on the individual situation, but that can be a bit immature sometimes, kind of, if someone's not even willing to hear the full story. Let's look at the Sun and see what happens with this. Yeah, it's like there's a need for illumination to kind of, to get the full picture and bring justice to the situation, to make things right, or even to vindicate someone, for someone to be vindicated, or treated fairly, more fairly. Let's see what else comes out with that Sun card. You got the Five of Swords there, which is conflict. You've got the Two of Swords. I mean, that is that kind of possible interfering energy. The Five of Swords and the Ten of Swords, you know, a little bit of backstabbing possibly. But that can, it can be a bit of backstabbing, but that can just refer to the conflict. And again, the Sun here illuminating what the heart of the issue is. Everybody getting to tell their side of the story, finding out what really happened. But there's hurt feelings with that Ten of Swords. And again, that petty, there is, I'm not going to lie, for some, there's a bit of a petty, immature energy within the situation. Let's get one more for the Sun and then I'll move on. Might even be a bit of jealousy involved, one way or another. Three of Wands, and we've got the Three of Wands and it's in reverse. So there's something involved in this here where someone didn't get what they, I don't know why I feel like there's a manipulation in here. This is really weird for me because I mean, some of the things that are coming up are not things that I would usually pick up with these particular cards. But I almost feel like there could potentially be a bit of manipulation here as well. But the first thing that came to mind was someone not getting what they want, but then someone may have tried to manipulate a situation to get what they want as well. I mean, as I've said for all the readings, apply it as if it resonates, apply it as it makes sense to your life. You know, don't try to force it to fit. But some of the stuff that's coming up here is just not what I've picked up on before from the particular card, so it's just feeling a bit unusual. Right, let's look at that Page of Swords. Yep, I like that. The Page of Swords clarified by the Ace of Swords. I did say it's like a need to get the full story, to get clarity, and to speak openly and honestly as well. So there may be conversations that need to be had where possible. Love it. Two of Cups for me. I know it can be a card of romance and union and that kind of thing and relationships. For me, a lot of the time, it can be about understanding, like compassion, understanding between people. And if you're able to have like a heart-to-heart, open and honest conversation, and become clear where information is missing, I nearly said messing then, is missing, then it leads to understanding, doesn't it? Shall I risk getting one more card and confuse us? Let's see. Okay, yeah, I like that. You've got the King of Cups, and I know I'm laying the cards out quite messily. So for me, the King of Cups, it can for me be about emotional maturity, and emotional intelligence as well. So bringing that sense of maturity into things, and the need, as I say, possibly for a heart-to-heart conversation, and compassion being a key word. Five of Cups, if you're able to have some sort of deep and meaningful conversation, and honestly, sometimes it doesn't work out the way you want it to. Like, you go in with good intentions and you try to have these conversations, and there's no guarantee that things will work out in the end. But you have to try and at least get it off your chest, and make you say, at least you can say, if you've opened up and expressed yourself honestly and from the heart, you can say, you know what, well, I tried, I got it off my chest, and I feel free, hopefully, from that. But it's with the Five of Cups being there, it's kind of expressing the hurt or what's hurt you. And a good tip, well, I think it's a good tip, is when you're having conversations that have the potential to become volatile, is I statements, rather than, and obviously again it depends on your situation and what's happened. You'll know if this makes sense to you, rather than going in and just making loads of harsh, you did this and you did that, the whole I statements, as in, and I don't even think I'm very good at this, so I don't know why I'm saying this, but I think it does work. I feel that this way because such and such, you're saying how you feel rather than just throwing shit and accusations at someone, even if they are in the wrong. It just kind of, if it's appropriate, it softens the blow, so you can have a more constructive conversation rather than a raging boxing match. Anyway, Emperor, let's see. And feel free to leave a comment if this situation does apply to you. I'd love to hear if you're able to work it out. And obviously you don't have to share unnecessary details or more or too many details, but it would be interesting to hear if if you're able to resolve this. And yeah, so we've got the Magician, we've got the Knight of Swords for the Emperor. You've got the Chariot and the Two of Pentacles. I'm just going to get one more. I actually like this. I think this is good. And again, there is still that whole mediator thing potentially. And it might even mean it doesn't even necessarily have to be an external mediator. This could be you, where if you've specifically had a disagreement with somebody, it's calling on you to use your skills of mediation to get the best out of dealing with a situation or a heart-to-heart conversation. Because the Magician there, it's someone who, it's usually to do with manifestation and stuff like that, and creating whatever. But it's almost like what I was just saying about those I statements. It's using every tool you have in the box to try and get the best out of to resolve or get the best out of a situation by using whatever tools you have, whether it is I statements, I don't know why I feel like saying whether it's evidence as well, so I don't know what that might mean, but you'll know. So the tools would be honesty is one tool. Obviously the I statements were mentioned, try not to just turn it into a boxing match. The Chariot for me can be alignment of heart and mind. So if you're listening or speaking, it's using a bit of heart and mind. You don't want to get so emotional that you just attack, but you don't want to get so logical that you seem cold if you're trying to listen or talk to someone. It's bringing them into balance with the Two of Pentacles. And there's a back and forth with that Two of Pentacles as well, a back and forth of effort. If it's a conversation, it's a back and forth as well, allowing each other the space, if this is possible, because sometimes, as I said, it isn't, the space to talk and to put the effort into the situation. The Star, it can be related to hope, having hope in the situation, having high hopes, again, it may not necessarily work out 100% how you want it, but you want to go in hoping for the best, and with a try to go in with a positive energy if possible, rather than thinking, oh, this is just a waste of time, it's going to be a sack of shit, because then it probably will automatically be a sack of shit. And then the Page of Cups is a bit of vulnerability, and speaking openly about how you feel in the situation. So there's a bunch of different tools: honesty, balance of heart and mind, giving each other space to put in the effort and to speak, hope, vulnerability. That was a bit longer than intended, but there you go. Hopefully things work out for you. Thank you for watching. Take care. Hi Virgo, welcome to your reading for June 2024. Just to let you know, there is a new moon in Gemini on Thursday the 6th of June in the afternoon. So I'm going to start the reading off with a message from the Moonology deck. I forgot to say thank you as always for supporting the channel. Right, again, so this is meant to be like a bit of a mini reading, and you will very likely get a reading mid-June as well. That's what I'm aiming for. So we're going to get your message from the Moonology deck first and see where you are, what's going on, what you need to know for June 2024. Right, so wow, okay. That's interesting. You've gotten the same card. I feel like I need to take all three of these, you know. One fell out a bit weirdly, like it wasn't quite meant to be there, but I think it's relevant. I just did Taurus, and you've got one of the same cards as Taurus, so you could potentially be dealing with a Taurus or someone who has Taurus as their sun, moon and rising. So they got bring love into the situation. You've also got you and your loved ones are safe. And this is the one I said it felt like it kind of slipped off to the side, but I feel like it's right. Nothing is set in stone. I'm not sure why yet. You may want to watch the Taurus reading even as a cross watcher, or if you have Taurus as your sun, moon and rising, or in a significant placement in your chart. That nothing is yet set in stone is really, really standing out to me, and I don't quite know why just yet. I know in the Taurus reading there was very likely a disagreement. So if that resonates with you, you might be concerned. Sorry, I just got distracted by a text message then. You might be concerned that that's, you know, there's, you know, sometimes if you have a disagreement and you think, oh my God, that's it, that's the end, it's over, we're never talking again, whether it is a romantic partner, a relative, whatever, a friend, you may be thinking, oh my God, that's it, it's done, it's dusted. But it says nothing is yet set in stone. Okay, let's see what else comes up. I am a bit curious about the you and your loved ones are safe, but let's see. Okay, I'm going to try that again. So the Four of Pentacles came out. It doesn't feel right at all. I'm going to shuffle again and see what else comes out. Okay, just bear with me. I'm just going to pause because I just need to make sure this is nothing urgent that's come through. Okay, sorry about that, Virgo. Okay. There might be a feeling, I mean, I already kind of said it as I did anyway, a feeling of uncertainty about things, but let's see what else comes out. Right, so we have the Queen of Cups, who absolutely feels right. And she's love, isn't she? She's all about love. She's protective. She's the mother energy. You've got new moon in Cancer here. Let's see what else comes out for you. I will say that in the Taurus reading, there was the possibility of issues. Was it the Taurus? You know what? I've done, you're my fourth reading and now I'm starting to get confused. There was one of the readings, whether it was Taurus or not. See, I've got myself confused now. There was an issue, a possible issue between siblings. And with that, with the Queen of Cups being a mother energy, that might be relevant within this. But I'm going to try not to jump to conclusions. Yeah, see, what I was saying about be someone being concerned, if there's been some sort of disagreement or something to that effect, and feeling like, right, that's it now, we're done. It's the feeling, one of the cards, of feeling left out in the cold and rejection, isn't it? Let's see what else comes up. Oh God, try that again. A bunch of cards just flew out in a really weird way then. Try again. All right, so it's a bit of a heavy one. You've got the Three of Swords there, so it looks like hurt. There's hurt there. There is hurt there in some way, shape or form, whether it's current hurt or past hurt. Right, let's see what else. Rejection is coming up pretty strong, to be honest, in whatever way, shape or form that is, whether someone's mother has rejected them, so whether it's your mother has rejected you, or a mother has, just a mother in general has rejected someone, that's coming up. I think this is an adult in this card, but whenever I look at it, it always feels like a child for some reason. Let's see what else comes up. We've got the Wheel of Fortune as well. I'm going to clarify. I'm going to try not to jump to conclusions with this, but okay. You may be, what's the right word? You may have to, if it's not that you've rejected someone, but, well, put it this way, you may have to step into like a motherly role towards someone. And yes, it could be in the more of a literal sense, like say if you're the godmother to someone, or you're a mother figure, a literal mother figure to someone, foster mother even, that comes to mind as well. You know, if you have relatives and there's issues going on with the kids, you might have to step into a motherly role for those kids, or a friend or something to that effect, for whatever reason. You know, sometimes people get sick and you have to help take care and things like that. That's a possibility where you might need to step into a motherly type role, or someone might be doing that for you. Let's look at the Queen of Cups here. So we've got the Five of Swords, Two of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, and the Fool. So one phrase that sort of came to mind as some of the cards were coming out was dealing with the fallout. So again, if someone's having to step into a motherly role, it's that kind of dealing with the fallout in whatever way that is. You know, there was another phrase that came to mind, dealing with the conflict. So it was dealing with the conflict when I saw the Five of Swords, and then the second phrase that came out was dealing with the fallout. So again, if you're stepping into a motherly role, I feel like I want to say it's almost like helping someone on their path to deal with the fallout or deal with the conflict. Or if it's kids, you know, and like little kids or people who are under the age of 18, it's like, again, you're the one dealing with the fallout and practically having to sort shit out, basically. If it's more taking on a motherly role towards the adult, which sounds really weird, I know it sounds weird, but I've done this in my life as well, sort of taken on a motherly role to adults. Not in like a weird controlling way, but where they've been downtrodden or they've gone through shit and they kind of need help getting back on the right path. It's that kind of energy, you know, helping them to do whatever it is, to do the work, to do whatever it is they need to do to have a fresh start, with that Fool energy being there. And that again can be where it says where the nothing is yet set in stone. You know, if you're assisting someone and they're downtrodden, like say if you were helping an alcoholic or something, people might look at that person and say, oh no, they're too far gone, they're never recovering from that, etc., etc. But your motherly type support, it might help that person to get back on track. You know, nothing, just because they seem like they're never gonna get better now, it doesn't necessarily mean it's impossible. Nothing is set in stone. I'm still looking at that you and your loved ones are safe, and seeing how that fits in. But let's continue. So 5 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. One thought that is coming to mind is, you know, when stuff happens with teenagers and the parent can't cope anymore and look after their kid, you know, sometimes they might say the kids are like 14 or 15 and they've given the parents such a hard time. They're like, nah, you need to go and live with your grandparent or aunt or uncle. It's almost like that. It's like they would end up homeless if you didn't help them or someone didn't help to take them in. And we know with the Knight of Swords, this can be, the knights are young, so it is more like a teenager. The Knight of Wands is probably the most rebellious out of all of them. Like, that's the one that wants to go off and do whatever the hell they want, and you know, they're kind of off the rails a little bit, so it's giving a bit of that kind of energy. Let's see. 2 of Pentacles and the 3 of Swords. So I mentioned rejection as one of the first things that came up with that 5 of Pentacles, and it's almost like, again, going back to that motherly type energy. Say if they were rejected by their own mother because it was just really hard for that person, it's like you might be taking on that motherly role to help that person get things back into balance, to get them on the right path, to help them deal with whatever's going on in their head or within them, why they might be acting out, or whatever pain or struggle that they're going through. Let's look at the 3 of Swords. Try that again. That just fell out really weird. So I said there was hurt with that 3 of Swords. 3 of Swords followed by the 4 of Swords. To me, it's where healing is needed, isn't it? It's partly to do with rest, having a break. But then resting and having a break is healing. It's part of the healing process, isn't it? So we've got the Queen of Wands. I feel like that's building someone's strength back up, to be honest. And I will point out, this motherly energy, yes, it could be you needing to use it towards someone else, but it could also be you needing to mother yourself, to parent yourself, to overcome certain things. And where it says you and your loved ones are safe, seeing it in that way, it's like that reassurance. It's kind of that reassurance that you'll be okay, because that motherly, that nurturing energy is around it. It's a sense of safety and security, isn't it? Let's get one more for that 3 of Swords. Again, I'll reiterate with that nothing is yet set in stone. Again, if there is something here to do with like a teenager that's gone off the rails or along those sorts of lines, again, nothing is set in stone. Obviously, we can't make choices for people. And you can't control everything someone does. But just because it looks like it's impossible to help get someone on the right track or encourage them, it's not set in stone. If they want to turn things around, and they have the support, then it can happen. It doesn't necessarily mean it's all downhill from here. Let's get one more for that 3 of Swords. Oh, I like that. I like this. Right, you've got quite a few, but you have the 3 of Cups. For me, it's support. It's support to get back on track, whether again it's you offering motherly support or you to someone else, or you're doing it for yourself. It's just that support to rebuild your strength, your confidence, whatever. You've got the Hermit, so the self-reflection here. Again, you might be doing this for yourself, to mother yourself, or helping someone else to reflect. The Queen of Pentacles, it's that nurturing energy. So you've got the emotional nurturing, you've got practical nurturing as well. So practical support, practical help. Again, it could be where you're preventing someone from being homeless, or just offering some other form of practical support. And the Magician, it's kind of like, so again, if it's you, it's using whatever tools you have in your kit to help mother yourself through a situation. So the tools, it can be anything. It can be mindfulness. If you've ever had cognitive behavioral therapy, it can be that. Maybe you have your own things that you do to help. Like some people love to exercise and that helps get them through. Some people like to meditate. It could be that. It could be anything. Some people like to cook. I don't know why that came to mind. It could also be supporting someone in developing their own tools, or even identifying their own tools that will help them get through pain and rejection and whatever conflicts are going on in their life. So let's look at the wheel. I know this reading has turned out to be a bit longer than I planned, but I mean, this is about literally turning the wheel, isn't it? Turning things around. Again, nothing is yet set in stone. I think one thing I want to point out with I like the cards that have come out. I'll show them in a minute. With the you and your loved ones, so I've already said it's a sense of safety and security. But you know, like if for example, you were trying to help someone that was in trouble, and you have friends or family members that are sort of telling you, oh no, you don't want to get involved with that person, you don't want to help them because they'll drag you down with them, blah blah blah, or you'll come to harm. I mean, obviously 100% look out for your safety, and if you feel that there's danger, trust that gut feeling. But it's almost like saying that maybe there's a possibility that other people outside of you could be projecting their fears onto you, when really there might not be anything to worry about, and it's just they're just scared, but everything will actually be okay. Like you'll be safe, they'll be safe. But again, trust your instincts. If you feel like there's danger or there are signs of danger, you know, protect yourself. So yeah, the ones that came out, the other cards that came out for the wheel, we've got the Queen of Swords, you've got the High Priestess, you've got the Ace of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. So when the wheel turns, when you're able to turn things around, it's because you've learned. With that Queen of Swords, you've learned from that old story of whatever happened, whether it's old pain, recent pain, whatever, you learn from it. The High Priestess there, you learn to trust yourself more. The Ace of Swords, you get a sense of clarity. And then the Six of Wands, all of that helps you to move forward, to feel, I feel like the word to use is accomplished, or to, if you're doing this for someone else, to help them feel accomplished, to help them learn, to help them trust themselves, to help them gain clarity, and to feel accomplished and like they've achieved. I feel like it's achieved more than success, and I know they're very similar, but it feels more like accomplishment and achievement. So I'm going to leave that reading there. That was longer than I expected. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Hi Capricorn, welcome to your reading for June 2024. So just to let you know, there's a new moon in Gemini on Thursday, the 6th of June in the afternoon. So I don't know if that's relevant, if you want to set intentions for that. This is the Oracle deck I'm going to be using to start the reading off, the Moonology deck. Just wanted to also say thank you for supporting the channel as always, and we're going to get on with it. We'll get on with your reading now. So this is meant to be a bit of like a mini reading, and I am aiming to get mini readings out again, sort of mid-month. I think it's best if it's sort of every other week, to give the energies a chance to change basically. But let's see what comes up for you. So Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising for June 2024. What do we need to know for you? So Capricorn, June 2024, Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising. You're getting that energy that some of the other ones got. And you have be bold and make the first move. Okay, so I was going to say, I know with the fire sign readings that I did, there was an energy for all of the fire signs of patience and perseverance. And one of the things that happened when I get those energies is that the cards take forever to come out. Yours took a little bit of a while to come out. So I don't know if there's something around delays or delaying something here. and you've got be bold and make the first move, so that can be an indicator of delays, to be honest, or delaying something. Let's get some tarot cards out for you. What does Capricorn, I nearly said Gemini then, what does Capricorn need to know for June 2024, please? So the first one to come out is the Wheel of Fortune. You also have a card that has flown in a really awkward position, so try not to knock the whole tripod down. You've got the Star. That's a really lovely card to get. Let's see what else comes out. I've got a thought on this, but let's see. I really want to say something, but I'm trying to keep my mouth shut until the other cards come out. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, with that Star coming out, my thought was, what are you wishing for? What is it you wishing for? You've got to be bold and make the first move card. So it may be a case of whatever you're wishing for, hoping for, dreaming for. It's about making that first move, whatever that is for you. And with the readings, it's a general reading, so you kind of apply it as it resonates, and apply it to your life however it's relevant. So you could be wishing for anything. You could be wishing for a new house, a dream holiday, moving to another country, a dream job, a dream partner, anything, something in terms of creativity. You might be dreaming of having a record deal, of getting a book published, whatever. And the Wheel, it is almost giving a bit of a destiny vibe here, and especially with that Eight of Cups underneath it too. There's a song, and I can't even remember the artist's name that sings it, and it's making me think of that song. And I don't know if the song's called something about on the ocean. It's an R&B song, and how the hell I'm gonna have to listen to that after I've done this reading now. And he talks about something about he traveled the 7 seas to find his destiny or something like that, and that's almost what that is making me think of, where you've got the wheel there, which it's almost like destiny. If you make the first move, you can get the wheel to turn, and you've got the wish, the dream, the hope there. With the Eight of Cups, it's almost like facing the unknown to go and find that dream, that wish, whatever it is that will give you that greater sense of fulfillment. Because with the Eight of Cups, that's where you're not quite you're not emotionally fulfilled, and you want the Ninth Cup, which is the wish, isn't it? The Eight of Pentacles, it's putting the effort in. You have to make a move or put some kind of effort in to get that. You know, as we say, wishing and hoping and dreaming isn't enough to make it happen. So let's see if we can get more information on that. This is interesting. This is I have to say, it feels more light-hearted. I know a lot of your readings, when I do them, and probably other people as well, from the titles I've seen on other channels, it can be quite heavy. The readings can be quite heavy, and there can be more to do with, well, I've gotten a lot of readings for you about awakenings and transformation and stuff like that. This feels a little bit more light-hearted. So let's look at the Wheel. So there really is a thing about facing the unknown here. So you've got the Moon. I'm deciding whether to take them in reverse, right? You've got the Moon upright, Eight of Cups in reverse. The Seven of Pentacles is sideways, and I'm going to leave it sideways because I think that's relevant to the message. Let's get one more for you for that Wheel. Is this in reverse? I'll take it in reverse. You've got the, Judgment. And I was just about to say, with the Eight of Cups, because the Eight of Cups is in reverse, sometimes for me that's going back to something that someone left behind, or going back to what was missed out on. You've got Judgment in reverse. Judgment, it can be about second chances, can't it? Next to that 7, all right, so where do I start actually? Right, so say the Wheel is kind of like destiny, and if you make a move or put some kind of effort in, you can make the Wheel turn. The Moon is the unknown. The Eight of Cups can be about going off to face the unknown. As I said, Eight of Cups, it's almost like going back to something that was unknown or missed out on, or that feels like it's missing. Seven of Pentacles in reverse, halfway up, halfway down, it almost feels like the questioning of, should I do it, shouldn't I do it? I kind of want to do it, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do it. And then Judgment in reverse, as I say, it can be about second chances and second chances coming back around, but that's that delay energy that I picked up on, where it's present. There's a presence of possibly wanting to try something again, whatever that is for you, but it's almost like reluctance and delay with that. Let's look at the star and see what comes up there. You got the sun, and I don't know whether to take. Yeah, I'm going to take it. That came up sideways as well, so I'm going to put it there like that. Anything else for the star? The star sideways again. Why are they all coming up sideways? To me, this is something where, because there's so many cards coming up sideways and reverse, it's almost like you may have been in a back and forth for a very long time about should I, shouldn't I, yes, no, I don't know, up, down, sideways, not knowing whether to do it or not. Again, apply it as it's relevant. It could be literally anything. It's whatever you have been wishing for, hoping for, dreaming for in your life. Anything else for that star? And there's almost a sense here with the clarifiers for the star being sideways. You may have even wondered if this will really make you happy, if you'll feel fulfilled, if this is what you really want, to be honest. So in reverse now, you have the Hermit. It feels like it's time to, if you've been thinking about this for a very long time, which the Hermit is, it's going off on your own path, and it can be also deep in something, like really thinking about it hardcore, if it's the right thing to do or if you really want it or the right path. In reverse, for me, it's kind of saying you've been in Hermit mode with this particular thing for too long. It's time to come out of that now. You've got the Queen of Wands. She shines her light. She goes for what she wants, doesn't she? So it's time to come out of that. And if you really want it, it's time to make a bold move to go after it. Let's look at the Eight of Cups. Time to face the unknown, I would say, with the Eight of Cups there. There's no guarantees, as I always say, and many other readers say it as well. But you don't know unless you try. So you've got the Ace of Swords. You've got the Ace of Pentacles. Let's get one more. The Seven of Wands. One more. Sideways again, and I will take it sideways. it's things keep coming out. So, oh God, it's that Seven of Cups. It's that same energy of I don't know. Should I, shouldn't I? I'm not sure. Will it really fulfill me? Do I really want it? Right. So the Ace of Swords there. There's a couple of ways of looking at this. It may be that part of making that first move is to express. It might be to express it. So say if you've always wanted to be a singer, this is a bit of a, well, it's not that extreme really. Say if you've always wanted to be a singer, you might have just sung in your bedroom or something, or in a private room in your house. You've never gone public, and it's like, well, the first move is you've literally got to go and perform publicly, whether it is in a nightclub with only, or a small room with only 10 people, or a venue with 100 people. It could be something like that. Or say if you've written lots of books, but your dream is to get it published, but you're like, oh, I don't know if I should do it. And it's like, well, you're literally gonna have to go and contact someone or find a way to get it published, whether it's you do it yourself on Amazon or find someone can help. It could even be for someone, if it was writing a book, you need to actually start writing the book. You might be in analysis paralysis where you're like, oh, I'm not sure, I don't know if I'm inspired, I don't know if this plot is good enough. And it's a case of getting it out there, making a start on expressing what you want to express. For some, there might be a bit of communication involved in here, like if it's a conversation that you need to have with someone to make the first move, to create the opportunity by expressing or speaking up. Seven of Wands, it's a bit of worry. I'm going to get one just for that Seven of Wands on its own. It feels like a bit of, it's a protective energy again. Like I was giving the example of the book. If you were writing a book or something, it might be that fear of, oh my God, is this good enough? I'm not sure. If you need to speak to someone, it may be that fear that if I do this, I don't know what's going to happen. I feel like I'm going to get attacked, or I don't even know if I want to say rejected. I don't feel like there's rejection here necessarily, although that probably is, that's a natural fear to have if you put yourself out there, is rejection, but it feels like something else. Let's see. Eight of Swords. I think it's just more of a really protective energy over what it is, over this dream or hope that you have, that might be stopping you from putting it out there. There might be thoughts around it that you don't know if it's good enough, or if you may feel like you're not good enough at something. You may even feel like it's not the right thing to do, or you just don't know what response you're going to get. You're going to try that again. Okay, no, I'm going to take them. I'm going to take them. I was going to try again, but I'll take them. So you've got the 3 of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles, and the King of Cups within that whole protective energy. So again, it's kind of you kind of know what you want, what you desire, but it's kind of like you're protecting yourself. You're staying in a safe zone, because the 9 of Pentacles can be that whole what do you call it? Not a safety net. There's another word, and I use it all the time, and I can't remember it right now. Comfort zone. Comfort zone. You might be stuck in a bit of a comfort zone where you're like, oh well, as long as I keep it to myself, it's safe and I can enjoy it. Which is fair enough. You know, you don't have to put yourself everything out there for the whole world to see. Some things you do want to keep it for yourself, but if your dream is to share it with the world, then it's a bit of a conflict, isn't it? King of Cups, it's an energy of keeping it to yourself, isn't it? Again, so there's a protective energy with it that you seem to have. But if you really want to share it and you want to be seen, you have to make a move to for it to be seen. Right, 8 of Pentacles is under here. I know the cards are a bit of a mix of whatever's going on, but I'll just put these on top. Actually, let's move that, because that is a bit confusing. So clarify the 8 of Pentacles, that is putting in the effort to make the first move. So, oh God, is this in reverse? Yeah. 4 of Swords, yep. So again, it's coming out of that safe avoidance, even possibly of making a move with this, expressing or speaking up. You got the 5 of Swords, 2 of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. And I'm going to get one more. And that is my tummy rumbling. I haven't had breakfast. 5 of Cups. So I feel like I need one more for this. I think the main point with this 8 of Pentacles, I've said it already, is putting in the effort. But there's got to be, you kind of have to overcome this worry and fear even of it not going right, of rejection, of it not going right, of any kind of opposition. It's just sort of saying you got to make a choice. If you really, really, really want this, you've got to make a choice. You've got to make a move. I'll get one more, but I feel like that's as much as I can say now. Yeah, take a risk. That's it. Yep, we needed it, the Fool. You got to be willing to take a risk to get what you want. I think I've said enough. I can't say anything else about this. Be bold and make the first move. Take a risk. If you really, really want it, you can't just keep ruminating and mulling over it forever. You got to do something about it. If you want it, obviously it's your choice. So I'll leave your reading there. Thank you for watching, Capricorn. Take care.